I don't know if you're single or not, but let me tell you something that can break the illusion you've been fed your entire life. That being alone means you are lacking something, when in reality, it means you finally have something most people are too afraid to face, which is complete control over your direction, your time, your energy, your mind, your standards, and your future. But let me ask you this. What if what you call loneliness is actually the first stage of strength you were never taught to respect? Because what is more dangerous than a man who is not distracted? What is more powerful than a man who wakes up and answers to no one but his own discipline? And tell me, what happens to a man who is no longer emotionally available to chaos or validation? And here's a question most people are afraid to answer honestly. Are you single because life rejected you? Or are you single because you were finally forced into becoming someone real? Because being single strips away the noise, the constant need for approval, the shallow conversations, the emotional chaos that weak men call connection. And when everything is removed, what is left of you? Most men run from this moment. They escape it through attention, through relationships, through distraction. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. Why is silence so terrifying for men who claim they want greatness? Because silence reveals everything. It shows discipline or lack of it. It shows focus or addiction. It shows power or dependence. And when you are single, you're not divided. You're not negotiating your time. You are not adjusting your identity to be accepted. So tell me, what version of you exists when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping? That version is the real one. And here is where the weapon begins. Because when you stop chasing people, you start chasing standards. And let me ask you this. Why do you think men lose themselves the moment they gain attention from the wrong places? Is it because attention without self-control slowly turns into dependency? While others are drowning in noise, you are building something invisible but dangerous. Discipline, focus, restraint, identity. So I need you to think about this carefully. Are you actually suffering in your single life? Or are you simply detoxing from the chaos you once depended on? Because here is the truth nobody tells you. Being single is not absence, it is removal. And removal creates clarity. And when clarity appears, you finally see the uncomfortable truth that most people are not happy in relationships either. They're just distracted enough not to notice it. So let me ask you something again. If most people are afraid to be alone, what does that say about the strength of the ones who can stay alone without breaking? It says they are building something different, something quieter, something deeper, something stronger. Because a man who is comfortable alone does not need permission to move forward. He does not negotiate his purpose. He does not slow down for validation. And tell me, what is more powerful than a man who is no longer emotionally dependent on being chosen? That is why being single is not weakness. It is filtration. It removes everything that is not aligned with your growth. But here is the final question you cannot avoid. Are you using your solitude to escape life or to build a version of yourself that life cannot ignore? And if you had to answer honestly, who are you becoming when nobody is distracting you anymore?